In this lesson, we'll be taking a quick look at intervals. Now, an interval is the distance between two notes. And the distance is always measured from the bottom note, counting from the bottom note up to the next note that we have. For grade 1, we need to know the following intervals. We need to know a unison. A unison is when the two notes are literally right next to each other. If it looks like glasses or two little eyes, we know we have a unison. A second is when one note is written and the other one touches the other note. So line, space, or space, line. A third is when we have two notes stacked on top of each other, almost like the tonic triad, but without the top note. Then we know we have a third. And a fourth is when it goes from line to space, or space to line, but there's a gap in between the two. And a fifth is when we skip the third degree altogether, and we just write one line note, skip a line, and write the other line note. Or one space note, skip a space, write the other space note. And for the octave, we can easily identify this one by the distance between the two notes. It's quite far. And we have a line to a space or a space to a line. And that will be the octave. We need to know how to write them. Unison, not a first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and octave, not an eighth. Because octave means that there's 8 notes between the two, and we write an octave. How do we count? How do we work out an interval? Right, first thing we need to do is, this one is a fourth. How do we get to that? We count from the bottom line up. So we start at the bottom, we say 1, and then we count the line, space, up until the next line. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one will be a fourth. When we do it, I'm going to do one more example on this piece of paper. When we do it, let's do an eighth or an octave. Let's do an octave. First note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll see that this is an octave.